Michael here, and we are going to get into Enoch 27. Enoch is being shown all the valleys, all the mountains, hidden, some in the middle of the earth, some beyond the earth, some in just nothing. And Enoch says here in chapter 27, it says, "Then I said, what is the purpose of this blessed land, which is completely full of trees, and of this accursed valley in the middle of them?" So yeah, just as a tree can blossom in a dry land, so can a dry tree sprout up with no roots and cursed with thorns and thistles among a righteous forest that blossoms. So Raphael said, one of the holy angels who was with me answered me and said to me, "This accursed valley is for those who are cursed forever, and they will be gathered together, all who speak with their mouths against the Lord, words that are not fitting, and say hard things about his glory. Here they will gather them together, here will be the place of their judgment." So let us remember this. You don't speak strong words against the Lord or the Holy Spirit. You don't grieve the Holy Spirit. Why? Because they're not fitting. They're not fitting for your own frequency, your own light, your own being. They just don't sound right. They don't come out right. And you sound ugly whenever you say these words. So you ever say something to somebody and say, "Oh man, I really regret saying that. I wish I wouldn't have said that." It's a hard thing to do what's right. It's a hard thing to do and say words that are fitting and to speak life into everything. Even though all around you people speak death. So Raphael is telling Enoch, they will be gathered together. And, your words carry memory. So, your words will be remembered. And you'll be known by your words. And your word is your bond. To some of us, it is. Man, all I got left is my word, man. That's all I got to defend me. Is my word and what is true. Not according to what you say either. Man, if we lived according to what people said about us, man, we would sure be talked about quite a lot, right? I know I would. I know you get in line, man, because the line is long on how people feel about me and what they have to say. Doesn't make it true. I let the Holy Spirit testify. So in the last days, he says there will be a spectacle of the righteous judgment upon them, and in front of the righteous forever. For here the merciful will bless the Lord of glory and the eternal King, Ra. Okay? And in the last days of the judgment on them, they will bless him on account of his mercy, according to all he has assigned them their lot. So he's saying here, then I myself blessed the Lord of glory, and I addressed him, and I remembered his majesty, as was fitting. So it's saying here, Enoch remembered how merciful the Lord was, and of course addressed him in a way that gave him glory, bowed down to him. Enoch humbled himself before him. And that's why Enoch was so loved and so cherished, is that he was humble and he was dedicated. See, it's one thing to have pride and wanting to know still and things like that. That's all good. A lot of guys are like that, you know. But until you have nothing, until you have nobody, until you have nothing going for you ever, and you could still humbly, with hope and humility, bless the Lord at all times, well, that proves to me that you have a strong faith. At least to me it does, because, you know, everybody talks a good game until they have nothing, until they have nobody, and until they are without what they so cherish in this world. And until God strips that all away from you, you'll never know what it's like to be in His presence. You have to humbly accept this role of servitude of man. And that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for letting me share, bud.